On this field nearly 2,000 years ago, destiny itself was written in blood. Music's silence once hung heavy over the Italian plain, but soon it would erupt into one of Rome's greatest tragedies. This was not just a battle. This was slaughter. This was Cannae. On a scorching summer morning in 216 BC, on the dusty plains of southern Italy, Rome marched to face destiny. The Romans came in force. When legionaries. The greatest army they had ever assembled. Iron helmets glinted in the sun. Crimson tunics rippled beneath polished mail. A forest of scarlet shields moved as one. They were the pride of Rome, an unstoppable wall of steel and discipline. 2 consuls commanded them. Lucius Aemilius Paulus, cautious and disciplined forward, and Gas Terentius Varro, bold and reckless. Yet beyond the haze, waiting in silence, stood a cunning general who had already humbled Rome time and again, Hannibal Barca, and on this day he would deliver the Republic its greatest defeat. The Romans outnumbered Hannibal's army nearly 2-1. Confident in their sheer mass, they advanced as a tidal wave of steel. But Hannibal was no ordinary commander. His force was smaller, stretched thin. Iberian infantry, Gyp warriors, and African veterans forged into a single trap. Yet Hannibal had something far greater than numbers. He positioned his men in a crescent, the center deliberately weak, the wings braced with hidden strength. To the Romans, it looked like victory. To Hannibal, it was the perfect snare. The Roman legions advanced, their shield wall pushing forward like an unstoppable tide. The ground trembled beneath the weight of 80,000 men. Hannibal's line bent backward, his center slowly retreating under pressure. Step by step, his troops fell back, drawing the Romans deeper into the crescent. To the Romans, it seemed victory was certain. The legions continued to press forward, thinking they were driving Hannibal to the labs. But every step carried them closer into his jaws. The trap was closing. On the wings, Hannibal's African veterans waited. At Hannibal's signal, they swung inward. His African infantry slammed into the Roman sides with deadly precision. At the same moment, Hannibal's cavalry crushed Rome's horsemen, sweeping around their rear. The vast Roman column packed tightly together. The jaws of the trap snapped shut, shields clashed. Spears drove, and the sound of battle thundered across the plain. Surrounded on all sides, the Roman army was crushed together. Unable to breathe, unable to fight. Panic spread through the ranks. The shield wall dissolved into chaos. Hannibal had turned Rome's greatest strength, its numbers, into a deadly prison. The killing began. Methodical and merciless, Romans fought with desperation, but they could not move. Crushed by their own numbers, the battlefield became a killing ground. Hour after hour, the slaughter did not end. By day's end, nearly 50,000 Romans, pressed so tightly they could not lift their swords, were cut down where they stood. The plain ran red with blood. The sun burned above, merciless, as Rome's proudest army was annihilated to the last man. Cannae was not merely a defeat, it was annihilation. It was slaughter on an unimaginable scale. The Republic had suffered its greatest defeat, its pride shattered in a single day. For Rome, it was a wound that would never fully heal. And yet, from the ashes of Cannae, Rome would rise again, unbroken, unyielding, destined to conquer the very empire that had humiliated it. But for one terrible day on the fields of southern Italy, Hannibal Barca stood as the master of Rome's fate. Hannibal had won the greatest tactical victory in history, but not the war. The Battle of Cannae would echo through the ages, a lesson in brilliance and in blood. From victory to ruin, every battle has a voice. Come here the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep the story alive. This is What If, where the past meets possibility.